So Mason Mount is officially Manchester United's first signing of the summer, and he has given his first full interview to the club. And we are going to run through absolutely everything that he said in that interview here. Why he joined Manchester United, the family feeling and sort of feeling at home straight away at Carrington. What sort of midfielder is he? Where does he see himself fitting into the team? His relationship with Ten Hag, his set-piece ability, how Ronaldo inspired him. There's plenty to run through, and I'm going to cover absolutely every single quote with this video. So make sure you drop a like on the video. You let me know in the comments, how out of 10, what would you rate the Mason Mount signing? Let's run through this interview here on MUTV. And the first impression I get is genuinely kind of how happy he is. He was saying here, look, this went not viral straight away, but it went out straight away. Him giving Kath a hug. Of course, Kath is the long-time receptionist at Manchester United, and maybe you'll remember this photo. That's from when Solskjaer came back to the club. Kath was the receptionist when Solskjaer was a player at the club. Then when he came back, she must have been the receptionist for like 30, 40 years now. And she's still at the club. But he was just explaining that sort of that feeling at home straight away. And he has had a big smile. Look, would he have stayed at Chelsea had they given him yeah, he would have, absolutely. But they turned their back on him. And now he's found a new home straight away. But let's dive right into the main part of the interview. Why did he join Manchester United? Let's run through all the quotes now. He goes, look, I think over the last several months it became clear that I wasn't in the plans moving forward at Chelsea. And once I knew United were involved, my decision was made. It's a massive club with huge iconic players that have played here. I wanted to be part of that from the beginning. And obviously getting in early, ready for pre-season to start, was a main objective of mine as well. As I said, like when you look at some of the photos, I don't really know who's happier. Is it Mount or is it Ten Hag? He seems genuinely very happy to be a Manchester United player. That counts. Now we need to see that translated onto the pitch, of course. But he mentioned pre-season there, and it's just not something that many of our signings really have had over the last few years. Maybe I don't know, for a long time. A proper full pre-season. Right in there before the first game. Pre-season train. I think he's at Carrington today with all the other... who's up there? We know Martinez is there. We know Dean Henderson is there. Anthony is there. Kobbie Mainoo is there. Players that didn't have international responsibilities are at Carrington today. And Mount will be too, from day one with Ten Hag. And that will go some way into building a proper bond between them two. It's what he said, that the most important thing for me was to get there and be ready on day one. Be able to meet the players, the manager, get working. We've got a big season ahead. So yeah, it was really important for him to be there on day one. As I said, when you look at some of the photos, I really have no idea who's happier. Whether Ten Hag's happy that he's got his man, or Mount's happy that he's like, right, okay, I'm out of Chelsea. I'm out of that situation that they didn't want me. I'm in a situation now where I can just look forward and look ahead. And it's a good position for him to be in. Now, importantly, Mount speaks about where he sees himself fitting in at Manchester United, exactly the sort of player he's going to be. So let me run through those quotes for you now. So I've always seen myself as a midfielder, number 8 that can go forward, obviously, and attack and score goals and create goals, but also to be able to do the other side as well and defend and help the team when we're under pressure. And that's obviously a massive focus of mine, being able to come here and help the boys in that situation. And I know what I can bring to this team. And we all know that was something that Ten Hag saw in Mount when he was a Vitesse player, and it was a big reason as to why he brought him into Manchester United. Mason Mount is a bit of an all-rounder. He's not going to be a 9 out of 10 in sort of every single facet at all. But that's not really why he's been signed. He's been signed to be a consistent 7 out of 10 in pretty much every aspect. I don't really think there's going to be a fundamental weakness to Mason Mount's game. There's obviously going to be real strengths. His application off the ball. And that's something that Ten Hag has pushed and pushed and pushed at Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes has that application, but he can't do it all on his own. So having Mount alongside him will, I think, bring even more out of Bruno Fernandes. I think Mason Mount is a sort of signing that will bring more out of all the players who are around him. I think he's going to be a very complementary player to the whole team and the setup. And I think he's just going to slot in very, very well. A little bit more information from him here. It's about going and doing that on the pitch. As I said before, I know the team. I know the players we've got in the squad and what we're capable of doing and achieving. It's hugely exciting for me. I can't wait to meet all the boys. I mean, you look at the players that are in midfield and it's vastly experienced of obviously winning major trophies. Well, we want more. And there are quality players, and being able to learn from them as well and bringing my style into the team is what's important. I don't know whether it's just I'm overexcited because Man United have made a signing, and I would have been just as excited with any signing. But I really have a good feeling about Mason Mount. I really do. And maybe it's because Ten Hag has built that trust up in me as a fan with the signings that he's made so far. Maybe it's from watching Mason Mount in Chelsea and being impressed with him. Maybe, I don't know what it is in particular, but it just feels like a right signing. I can't really completely explain it. Maybe there's something, there's something that I can't really explain. But it just feels like it's a perfect timed transfer for where we need to take that aggressive part of our attacking midfield forward. He slots in, creating a partner, because Bruno has been quite isolated at Manchester United. Let's be totally honest, right? I think that changes with Mason Mount. I'm not isolated completely, but no one else really plays like Bruno Fernandes does in that position, in that role. And to have two of them doing the same thing on different wings is going to make United far more of an unpredictable threat going forward, because we should have the similar threat and setup on both wings, and that will be really, really important. Now, this is just a nice little bit here. He was talking about how Ronaldo inspired him, and then this video was going around. So let's pull this video up now.
I tried to base my free kick on Ronaldo, hit the ball by the valve, and it moves. So what do? Top corner, top bins.
Bam! Whip one of those out, Mason Mount. Yes, please. Because, let's be honest, Manchester United's threat from set pieces has been sporadic at best for a long old time. Now, I don't know whether Mason Mount's going to take all free kick and corner responsibilities away from the likes of Luke Shaw and Bruno Fernandes and, you know, anybody else who stepped in. But we need a consistent set piece taker at this football club. And we haven't had it, as I said, for some time now. Now, if Mason Mount can be that guy, can all of a sudden next year we start scoring from, I think, what was it? Was it last season where we scored from like our 40th corner of the season or whatever? So it was something mad. I think it might have been way more than that, actually. We need to be far more of a threat from set pieces, both free kicks, inside, outside the box. Penalties, we seem to, penalties are different. But free kicks on the edge of the box need to be turned into more. Corners, in particular, need to be turned into more. And this is what he said about his sort of his free kick style and technique. He was actually in the away end with Pompey fans. Yeah, Chelsea boy through and through. He was in the away end with Pompey fans. I think that video of me taking the free kick was in training the day after that. Look at that. It inspired me. I didn't even know that. I mean, I've not played football for long enough. The idea of like you kick the valve and it might... I mean, I'm crap at football anyway. I did win a pair of Predators once in a free kick competition. I didn't make that up. Video where it didn't happen, so I can't pull the video up. So you might think I've completely made that up, but I swear it's true. But yeah, I wouldn't say I was a super sub. I was just a sub. Anyway, enough about me. Mason Mount, genuinely, I really do mean this. It feels like he's happy that he's out of that situation in Chelsea where he felt like he was unwanted, despite the fact that he'd given so much to that football club. And now he's moved to a place where he's got a manager who really, really, really wanted him. And I think they're going to have quite a big bond straight away. The fact that Mason Mount is there on day one of pre-season training will only make that better. I don't think he'll take too long to settle into the system, to settle into the style. He's played out, I'm not sure whether his experience in the Eredivisie makes it any quicker for him to adapt to the Ten Hag style, but he knows that they know what they need from each other. Ten Hag knows what he wants to get from Mount, and Mason Mount also knows that as well. He spoke there about his style of play and what he can bring to the team, and it's that all-round game that I think makes Mason Mount, for me, a very, very good first signing for Manchester United. Is it enough? No. No United fan will argue that it's enough, but it is a very good starting point. Get Onana in, get a new world-class finisher in. Maybe we won't get a world-class striker in at this point because we can't afford that player. Someone like Højlund, someone like Moani, we need someone who's got far more of a clinical finish. Get those three in. Maybe get another Casemiro understudy And this squad can head into next season back into the Champions League looking in significantly better shape. And I tell you what, Mason Mount looks really happy to be here. He said that he feels at home straight away. And I can't wait to see what he does in a Manchester United shirt. You can let me know what you think in the comments below about the interview and about the signing of Mason Mount. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a really good signing.